Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Ajay, and in this particular video we are going to take the second part of the question that we had taken in my previous video. So there was an OR part also, so we're going to solve that also. So in the previous video we had implemented program for this particular question, that is the counting the number of lines in a text file story.txt, which is starting with an alphabet A. Now the OR part, we are supposed to write a function that is display words. So this time in this particular part, the second part, they are given the name to the function. So we are supposed to use the exact name of the function that is been asked in the question. Okay, so in this we are supposed to write this function, read the lines from a text file that is story.txt and display those words which are less than 4 characters. Now understand, we are supposed to read lines from a text file. So the same technique we are going to use, we're going to read all the lines into a list, and then we are going to access that elements of the list. We are going to check, we are going to convert those lines into words, and then we are going to check like if any of the word is less than 4 characters, we are going to display that. So that's the task we are supposed to achieve. So let's begin. So let us have the function that is, the name of the function is display words. So I'll just copy the same thing and paste it and give a colon. So that's the name of the function, and we will have one parameter that is file name. So we are going to pass the argument to this parameter, that is story.txt. So this will have story.txt file, and then we are going to have the handler. Using this, we are going to open the file that is story.txt, and then we are going to have a list in which I am going to, okay, we are supposed to open this file in a read mode, and then we are supposed to read all the lines, and we are going to read all the lines and we are going to convert that into a list. We are going to return that into a, we are going to have a list of it. Okay, so handler dot read lines. Now that's the function that we have used in the previous video also. This particular function basically will read all the lines from the file, and it will return, this method basically returns a list. This particular list will have all the lines, the elements will be the lines. So the first line will be the first element of the list, the second line will be the second element, and so on. I will just print this particular list and show it to you, that how the list is going to look like. Now we are not given a call to the function, so let us just have the main program, that's the main, and then I will give a call to the function that is display words, and the argument that I will pass is story.txt. In my previous tutorial I have shown you that already I had made a file story.txt. I will again show it to you, that is this one. So here's the story.txt file, and this is a text file, a simple text file, and we are supposed to read, now we are going to read all the lines from this particular file, and we are going to check the words having characters less than 4. So I'll minimize this. So we're going to read that file, and let us run this code first and see the output. So you can see this is the output. This is a list that is got displayed in front of you. So this is the first line of the file, and I will show you the file also. This is the file. Okay, this is the file, and that's the first line, and then there is an enter, that is a slash n. So you can see in the list we even have that. Okay, so that's the first line exactly, and then the slash n, and then there is a comma, there is a second element. So the first line is the first element, the second line is the second element, and so on. So that's the entire file that we have read, and we have this list. Okay, then what we are supposed to do is we are going to use a loop, and we are going to access all the lines from that list, that is I. So I will have the first line, then the second line, and so on. Then we are going to have one more list, that is L2, which will collect all the words from the line. So we are going to access the line, that is the first line. So I will going to have the first line dot, and then I'm going to use the split function. Now this particular function will split that particular sentence into words. So if there are 10 words into a sentence, so it will be collected in form of a list. So L2 is going to have the words from the lines. What I will do is I will print L2 also, so that you can get an idea. Now let us just run this code, and I will also print the line. Okay, so I'm printing the line, and then I'm printing the words that we have split. Okay, let us run this code and let us see the output. And here is the output in front of you. Now let's go to the first one. So this is the first line that we displayed using this particular function, that is the print function. And then this, we are splitting it, that particular sentence, into words. So L2 is going to have the words from that first line, and then we are printing that. And then I will be having the second line, and again that line we are going to split into words, and then L2 will have that new list, that is the words from the second line, and so on. So if you look at the output, we have the first line that I printed over here, and then you can see this is the list which has those words, isn't it? So that's the first word, then in, and you can see all those words are like now the elements of the list. Now which list is this? This is the L2 list. So that's the second line, and then you can see this is the L2 list. Now we have these words. Now what we are supposed to do is we are just supposed to check that whether the word is less than 4 characters or not. If it is less than 4 characters, we are supposed to display that. But before doing that, we also need to check whether this is a word or not. As you can see that this word that we have, there is a comma after that word. So this doesn't make sense. So we are supposed to check whether it's a word or not. Certain words can also have numbers. So even that we need to have a check for that too. So let us do that. So now I have L2 will have those words, and then I will simply use another loop, that is for j in L2. So what will j have? J will have the first word from L2, then the second word, and so on. I will put a check, that is if j dot is alpha. Now this particular function will check whether it is an alphabet or not, that particular word has only alphabets or not. Okay, and then we are going to check if it is and, or else I can just give an and, j dot or len of j should be less than 4, and that's the thing that they have asked, isn't it? So which are less than 4 characters. So both the condition should get satisfied. The first condition is it should be a word, and the second condition is that length of that word should be less than 4, and that's it. If this condition gets satisfied, then we are going to print that particular word, and then we don't require this print function over here, and that's it. So let us run and see whether we got the output or not. So this is the output from the file. As you can see, all the words that got displayed in front of you are less than 4 characters. That's in, the, was, not, to, right? So all the words that got displayed is less than 4 characters, and this is the entire program in front of you, and that's the solution for the question. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you think you have achieved something out of my video, do subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.